And God took a handful of southerly wind, blew his breath upon it, and made the horse. This Bedouin proverb is very special to me because of the picture it paints of our relationship with horses. But the reality of owning a horse can sometimes be more like a blistering desert wind. How do we bridge the gap between this ideal and this reality? When you leave here today, I want you to be ready to find the nearest horsemanship clinic or reputable trainer that you can. I have been training and riding horses for 15 years, and I have first-hand experience of the importance of educating myself about my horses. Today, I'm going to share with you 3 things that I have found are the most important that we should know. We should learn to listen, we should learn to provide leadership, and we should learn how to feed and house our horses. So let's saddle up and I'll get with my first point. Learn to listen to your horse. Have you ever heard anyone say, "He bucked me off right out of the blue"? What they should have said was, "I did not read my horse well enough. I did not see the signals that he was giving me. I totally missed what he was trying to tell me." Horses communicate primarily through body language. They can't learn to speak English, but with a little effort, we can learn to speak horse. Is he listening to us, or is he getting mad? Take a look at his ears. Does that resting hind leg mean that he's relaxed or that he's ready to kick? Look at his eye and where he's holding his head, and you'll get a clue as to where his mind is at. William Micklin, author and lifelong horse enthusiast, has written a book called The Complete Horse Riding Manual, and in it he tells us it is said that a good horseman can hear his horse talk, but a great horseman can hear him whisper. It is our responsibility to learn to listen for that whisper so our horses don't feel compelled to yell. Once we've learned to listen to our horses, the first thing they usually say is, "Who's in charge?" This brings me to my second point. Learn to be a leader. Horses are herd animals, and they are hardwired to follow leadership. If consistent, confident leadership is not forthcoming, they will lead themselves, and this is almost always a bad deal for the human. Horses routinely kick and bite and shove each other in an effort to establish boundaries of the current leadership, be it horse or human, which is no big deal if you're another horse. But their teeth can bite a finger off, and there are instances of stallions picking up a grown man and throwing them around like rag dolls. We better learn to provide that leadership and develop respect in our horses, or as the South Dakota Cowgirl website tells us, if you don't make a plan for your horse, he'll make his own plan, and that might involve running over you. So we've learned to listen, and we've learned to provide leadership. What's next? It's something that most horse owners may not even realize could cause behavioral issues in our horse. There's an old horseman's adage that says, "Feed the horse you want to ride." What does that mean? It means if we provide our horses with feed that has too high of a sugar content, they can get a sugary, jittery high and come crashing down just like people do. Performance feeds can result in a horse that has too much energy, way more energy than we have skill to manage. Overfeeding or underfeeding your horse can result in a myriad of health concerns, chronic hoof problems, colic, lack of stamina, and even horse diabetes. We also should learn to house our horses properly. Too many times I see horses left in a stall or in a small pen. Rider comes out once a week or even once a month and wants a nice, quiet, leisurely ride through the woods. It's not going to happen. That horse has too much energy. Too many times I have seen underfed horses in open pastures with no shelter from the rain or winter winds. And we wonder why our horses don't winter well. It is not our horses who do not winter well. It is not our horses who misbehave. It is us who fail to educate ourselves on proper management. The conclusion is, as horse owners, we bear full responsibility for educating ourselves. Equine behaviors are rooted in qualities which are genetically hardwired. They don't wake up each morning wondering how to make our lives miserable. We make ourselves miserable when we allow full responsibility for the partnership to rest on the horse. Robert Miller, equine behaviorist and veterinarian, believes that failure to understand these hardwired qualities makes it impossible to have optimum communication with horses. Horses communicate with us every day. We must learn to listen. Horses are hardwired to follow leadership if we will but step in and lead. Horses are highly adaptable animals and can thrive in many different environments. It is our responsibility to make sure that environment is safe and healthy. I have found horses to be one of the most forgiving of God's creatures. It doesn't matter how bad yesterday's ride was. Every day with your horse can be a new start. If you open your mind to understanding them and open your heart to accepting them for who they are, and you make it a point to educate yourself, you can have that handful of southerly winds.